4, 3, 2, 1.
Imhotep, peace. This is your brother Wujau, Medew Ma'at, and you're tuned into the Sesh. Today is Sunday, May 15th, and it is nice Sunday. Hopefully everyone is enjoying their Sunday and all of that good stuff. And again, welcome. So Imhotep, welcome and peace. So just wanted to go live quickly. Wanted to go live as quick as I can after Asar ended his presentation to serve sort of like a after party, but more so to get anyone's reaction, comments, or takeaways from Asar's presentation. All right, so basically it's, I'm live now for those who were just at Asar Motep's YouTube channel, tuning into his presentation, whether you saw the whole thing, half of it, quarter of it, third of it, whatever the case is. I'm just interested in your commentary on what he presented and what are your takeaways from his presentation. So this is an engagement stream that I'm doing, and I can see your chat. I'm tuning into the chat, and just want to hear from you all. And, if you all would like to come on the panel and rather discuss it verbally, then let me know. All right. I'll be more than happy to do that. Put the link into the chat. But we're going to start off with just the chat. So, that's what this show is about. The show is about Asar Imhotep's presentation. Did you check it out? Did you understand his points, his statements, his points, what he shared, what he showed, or not? Or you have a comment in opposition to something that was said, or whatever the case is. All right, I'm just interested in your comments about it. What are your takeaways? All right, so let's just jump right in. So I'm looking at the chat. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in. We got the brother Donnie in the house. Boom is in the house. Of course, we have Sanat Imiket Aku Kinshaya Kinyi. We have the brother Eni Heret Kalfani. That's the brother Sean. And we have the brother Teddy Wasir Marat Rasa Neferu so far in the building. So shout out to everybody. I know it's Sunday. Everybody's kind of chilling out. And it's around that time. People either just finished eating or they're about to get into something else. They're about to shift gears. I think there's some sports that are playing right now. People probably be tuned in. So, yeah, I'm grateful, appreciative of anybody who's tuned in. But let's hear it. I want to hear it. I want to hear it from you in the chat. What were your takeaways from from the presentation. So, between my statements and you all hearing me, and then I'm seeing your response, there is a delay, there is a lag, and I wish that lag didn't exist on YouTube, but it does, and it just makes things a little bit awkward. I got to be patient to hear the responses to my questions, which is why I always give out the panel link, so people come on. But when I do that, people don't come on. So, I'm sure you all have heard me many times. I put the panel link even before I even start, and people don't come on. There's been a few, and I appreciate anybody that does come, does come on a panel. But let's jump right in. Let's jump right into it. What stood out? What was the highlight? Y'all give me some highlights, because I have my opinion and everything, but I don't like to give mine, because I'm a party to the conversation. I don't mind giving it, but I want to hear from you all first. All right, I'm a party to the overall topic of the conversation. All right, peace to the brother Fitz, all the way from the UK, United Kingdom, the UK. Fitz, I got a quick question for you. What do you call it? What is the preferred term to use for the country? Because I hear people say Britain. I hear people say the UK. I hear people just, I know me myself. I'm guilty of just saying London for the whole country, and I know London is not the country, but I'm just curious. How do you refer to your country, the country that you're in? That's just a little side question for you, because I hear people UK, Britain, England, UK, Britain, and I know this, they're talking about the same place. So I'm not asking you that. I'm just saying what's the preferred term. Anyway, let's get straight into it. Let me share some of these comments on the screen. Because Asar's video was really good. Anyone that claims Diop did the work should just provide the page number at this point or shut up. I wholeheartedly agree. But you know what? I want to say this. And you all tell me if you feel the same way. And I'm speaking from my perspective and my experience with this topic and being on Facebook and stuff like that. This is actually what happens, y'all. I'm gonna paint you all the picture of what happens. All right. So here's what happens. We will have a discussion on Facebook about various topics. And when I say we, I'm talking about myself, Asar will do it, Sanjeti will do it. And I'm gonna leave it with just us three for this experience. We will have conversations on Facebook, and we've had conversations on Facebook for years. Now, I've been on Facebook. I think I signed up on Facebook in 2009. I got to go back and check. I think I created my Facebook account in 2009. And ever since then, my whole Facebook tenure has been, in the space of dealing with Africana studies with a focus on ancient Egypt and all of that good stuff. When I first got on Facebook, because people knew that I was once a member of the Nuwapians, when I first got on Facebook, I had to, just beat down the debate, people trying to debate me about the doctrine. And I'm not talking about the doctrine, me defending it. I'm talking about showing how there's so many mistakes and errors in the doctrine and how the doctrine is pseudo. So when I first got on Facebook, I went through a short time period of just knocking down a lot of the doctrine points, because me being an ex member, some of the members of the organization would try to debate me or challenge me on their doctrine, and so I had to straighten that out. But anyway, back to my point here is, in all of our conversations on Facebook, we have met different people. So in different Facebook groups. So there's a Facebook group called Medew Netcher, and it was started by Brother Divine Ruler Equality Allah. He's a member of the Nation of Gods and Earths, but he also studies ancient Egypt, and he studied the language under, I believe he took a class or classes with Benachi Montgomery, our good elder brother Benachi Montgomery. And so he organized a Facebook group and made me an admin of the group when he created the group. So I was there at the genesis of that group. And Asars in that group, Sanjetti's in that group, and many other people joined and used to hang out in that group. And in that group was also, I know Jonathan Owens joined the group and had conversations. Katie Hartley L, aka Netter Neb, aka the name that he's under now, was in that group, and others. Now, in these years, we would have these conversations, and people would try to argue in opposition or debate. Now, you all watching our channel now, listening to me right now, you all are not privy to all those conversations and everything. For the most part, most of you are not privy to those conversations that go back that far. Even from that point coming up to today, there's another group that was created by a brother, and wow, I cannot think of his name right now. Don't know why. I can see his face in my head. And he started a group for it was an open group, but it was mainly for students of Dr. Raketi Amen, beginner students, or just students, period, of Dr. Raketi Amen. It was a group that he created. Dr. Raketi Amen didn't create the group, but he created it so that people who were taking her classes could study together. And he invited me in that group. So that I could chime in and participate in the group with that, because he understood, my tenure with Dr. Raketi Amen, and the fact that she recommended to her students for people to get my beginner's book and things like that. So he invited me in that group. And so there's others in there. So the brother Katie Hartley L, aka Netter Neb, is in that group as well. Then, of course, we have the Seshu Mani Medu Netcher Facebook group, where we focus on Egypt, the language, and everything like that. And we've had that up and popping for quite some time. And these people are in that group as well. So we have there's several Facebook groups where we have these discussions. And so when we come on YouTube, a lot of you all are not privy to those discussions. All right. And there are many discussions that we've had. And in those discussions, and I want y'all to understand this, in those discussions, we have prevailed in refuting adversarial and opposition claims and statements about many different things, coming from the brother Netter Neb, coming from Dr. Clyde Winters, coming from a lot of people. We have successfully, and it wasn't always an oppositional argument. So I don't want to paint the picture where it was nothing but opposition, because we had some just good discussions as well. But whenever there was an opposition and things were argued from two different sides and became two different sides, we refuted a lot of different things over time, ever since 2014 or whatever, when these groups were formed. Okay. And so what happens is the YouTube chat audiences on these multiple channels, most people are not privy to all of this stuff. And so when these topics resurface, what these people are actually doing is that they are banking on the passage of time and you all's ignorance to rehash old arguments that have been refuted up, left, right, up, and down. And so when they rehash it at a later date to an audience who don't know about the original arguments and how everything unfolded, then it seems like something new. And it seems like they're discovering new things. It seems like they're using tools and databases and dictionaries and stuff. And like, oh, so-and-so found this. I'm like, no, that person didn't find that. And so you'll hear in my voice sometimes, you'll hear it in Asar's voice sometimes, and Sanjeti's voice sometimes. You'll hear our frustration a bit. And so I'm just painting that picture to you all so that you all can understand where some of the frustrating demeanor is coming from. Because, we experienced this. And you all are not privy to the conversations and things. And I'll give you for instance, right? In the group that was created for the students of Dr. Raketi Amen, right? And I participated in the group. The brother Netter Neb was constantly trying to challenge me to debate him on a couple of things. One thing specifically was the feminine plural, the feminine gender and plural number, and how that is marked in the language. He tried to challenge me on that and said that the feminine is represented by TW. Now, mind you all, I didn't prepare to show any of this stuff to you, but I have all of this stuff logged and recorded and saved as PDFs. Okay. And I'm going to dig them up and I'll probably create a cover and make a PDF library of these older conversations so you all can see it and understand. All right. Now, you all let me know if you all want to see that, because I don't want to, if y'all not interested, then I'm not going to spend the time to collect them all and everything like that. But you all let me know. Let me know in the chat right now if you all want to see these types of conversations, not with just the one I just mentioned, but a lot of these things. I had a long back and forth with Dr. Clyde Winters, a long back and forth with a couple of people, myself and Asar and Sanjeti, and I save everything. Anybody knows me, they know I save everything. You know how on Facebook they have nested. This was before Facebook was doing the nested comments, so it made it easy to save. But now Facebook has nested comments. You got to hit see more when somebody's comment is too long. It's very, very tedious to record an entire conversation now as opposed to back then. But anyway, so back to my point. So Netter Neb tried to challenge me to a debate, and he kept begging me to debate him on different things. And this one thing particular was the feminine plural being presented as TW. And I kept telling him that that's incorrect and it's wrong. And I asked him, well, where are you getting that from? So needless to say, he couldn't show me where he got it from. He just made it up. And then I proceeded to show him. Well, first of all, let me tell you all, I declined all of Netter Neb's begging of debating me. He actually kept begging me to debate him. to debate him, to debate him. You know how you got that 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 little kid in your peripheral and trying to get your attention all the time? That's what it felt like to me. So I told him straight out. I said, "No, Ned, stop asking me to debate you because I'm not gonna do it. At best, bring me your teacher or teachers. That's who I will sit down with, not you, because you're not qualified to debate me. You don't know enough." And you all can see this in the conversation when I for those of you who asked me for it, I'll show this to you all. I told them straight out, stop begging to debate me. You don't know enough to debate me. I can teach you, but you're nowhere near enough to debate me, because if I debate you, what I'll end up doing is teaching you enough just to allow you to know that you're wrong. So instead of me doing all that, what I did for everybody in the group, because you all know me, I take these as teaching moments. So what I did for the group, I showed in multiple sources where the feminine is represented by WT. From James P. Allen, James Hodge, to Sir Alan Gardner, to Ernest Alfred Wallace Budge, to Dr. Raketti Amen, and to our elder ancestor, Ankh-Mi Ra, who wrote a grammar. Okay? All of them. I took screenshots of the sections of their book where they explicitly say that the feminine plural is represented by WT. The gender comes after, in the feminine case, the gender comes after the number. So the W representing, the WT representing the plural and the gender of feminine. I show all of that in the group so people could see that. Now, how would I look trying to debate somebody who's saying something that they made up? And it was all because of this word Kemet 2 for a plural. Kemet 2. KMTW being feminine plural. And that was wrong. And so anyway, I'm just showing you an example. Now, you all are not privy to that. Y'all are not even privy to the whole conversation at all. And I knew I was gonna share that story with y'all, because I would have had the PDF right now, and y'all be able to download it as I'm talking. But y'all are gonna have to hit me up, and I'll make sure you all have that. But I'm just giving y'all a for instance. That's an example. And so back to the frustration. So now we have YouTubians on the YouTube streets, firing up channels and doing reality TV scholarship where they, live and pulling up this, that, and the third, and people are witnessing, study and stuff like that, which is great, a great thing to do as a team, study as a team. That's good. But what's happening is it's being weaponized for arguments in the circus community. And that's where the frustration on my part comes in. And so the audience, you guys who don't know about these arguments, it appears that the arguments, one, are fresh, they're new, as if people are presenting information, as if these people are schooling us on information, or that we don't know about this stuff, or we haven't discussed it in the past before, and this, that, and the third. So when we come and go live and have a discussion, we sound like we're arrogant or uppity or condescending are the words that people use every now and then for our attitude towards it. But that's not it. What it is simple. It's bits of frustration, because on one hand you have people that are taking advantage of everybody's ignorance of their argument points getting shut down years ago. For it to resurface as if it's new and as if we didn't already deal with stuff and as if we don't know this, that, and the third or whatever the case is, and to misconstrue arguments. That's the worst. The straw man logical fallacy is one of the worst fallacies to dance with. Okay, and if you don't know what the straw man logical fallacy, I know everybody hears the word straw man, but in short, a straw man logical fallacy is when a person takes your argument or claim, misconstrues it, and then argues against the misconstruction of your argument and not your real argument. And they do so to give the appearance of prevailing or winning against your argument when they really didn't. They took your argument and created a straw man, a fictitious argument out of it, and then they argue against it, giving the audience or onlookers the appearance that they won against your argument when you didn't argue that stuff in the first place. And this happens a lot. And so, like I said, myself, Asar, and Sanjeti, we have documented years of conversations and topics. And like I said, I don't want to make it seem like they're all negative or anything like that. But the ones that do become opposition or adversarial, we put in that work. We give people the business, but you all are not privy to that. And so these folks are banking on you all's ignorance and then coming off as if they know something. Now, I'm gonna give you another, for instance, on this topic of the meaning of the place name Kemet. Now, I want y'all to notice that the title of the book that we wrote is called A Contribution to the Meaning of the Place Name, Contribution to the Debate on the Meaning of the Place Name Kemet. Now, we purposely put place name there and not the word toponym, because for I guess an obvious reason now, a lot of people don't know what a toponym is, including one of the main people that try to argue against our arguments. And for the life of me, I don't understand how anybody could argue against someone and they don't even know what the word means and have never heard of it. That's crazy to me. So you have a person who don't know what a toponym, who didn't know, now they know, but didn't know what a toponym was, but yet wanted to argue against the statements. Where do they do that at? And see, you all are not privy to that. The audience on these multiple YouTube street channels, you all are not privy to all of these different things, because these things take place in Facebook groups or on phone conference calls or on non-live Zoom chats and even old Google Hangouts. Y'all remember Google Hangout? We had conversations on many Google Hangouts that was never public. So you all are not privy to a lot of these things. And so listen when I tell you that the little bit of frustration, and people know me, I have a lot of patience, I have a lot of tolerance. People have often told me that about myself, you know. But when you hear frustration from me, just know that it's coming from a place that extends time. It takes a lot to frustrate me. It takes a lot to make me angry or mad. Anybody who knows me personally knows that, but I don't expect everybody. I don't expect you all to know that. But that's how I am. And so if you hear frustration coming from me, on any of these points, just ask me. Just know to ask me, well, what's the backstory on that? And I'll give it to you. Like I said, you all hit me up. If you all hit me up, I will share PDFs of arguments where you got a linguist trying to help a brother, and the brother's cursing her out. It was a sister. I don't know how old she was. I want to say a young lady who was a fresh linguist, right there, boots on the ground type linguist, with students trying to help the brother out. And he ends up cursing her out and things like that. All of these things are documented. You all don't know these things. And so like during Asar's presentation or videos, when you hear Asar say, mention names and say, well, I don't pay them no mind and stuff. See, you all look at that as okay, Asar is being uppity or bougie or condescending. And I get why people will say that, but it's only out of ignorance of all the backstory. It's only ignorance out of the backstory. And so what I feel that needs to happen is that backstory needs to be brought up to the front story. And so that's what I'm saying. You all let me know in the chat. You all let me know. Y'all let me know. Cause I know I'm rambling on right now, but you all let me know. Do y'all want to see these older conversations? If you do, I will take the time out and provide it. I have no problem, because actually I think it should be done at this point, because I don't want people to wrongly label our attitude or disposition at this point as arrogance or condescending or whatever the case is and everything. And I see the brother Sheffrin is in the chat. And Sheffrin, you definitely don't know me because Wujao don't run. But Sheffrin, in all seriousness, I do not believe that you read our book. I don't believe it. So what I would like for you to do, and I could be wrong, and actually I hope I'm wrong, but at this point in time, at 7:41 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on May 15th, right now, Sunday, right now, Sheffrin, I don't think that you've read our book. So what I would need you to do is to convince me that you read our book. And you can start by first convincing me that you even have the book. So take a picture of you holding the book. Start there. All right, start there, right? At least let me relax that far, right? I could be like, okay, at least you got the book. At least you got the book. All right. But I don't believe that you read it, because the questions that you asked last night. Hold up, was that last night? I'm getting my days are blurring up now. But the questions you recently asked are not indicative of a person who read the book. And I'm not being funny. I'm not being funny or what. I'm being dead serious. Okay? So, and I'm a type of person that loves to help people out to understand, especially if I wrote something and everything like that. I'm a teacher. So it's my responsibility to make sure that I made myself clear and you have an understanding. So I'm saying this from that perspective. I don't think you read the book. All right? Because the questions you asked don't indicate that you read the book. All right? So, and I don't mind helping. At all. Anyway, so let's get back onto what I was saying. And I'm sorry, let me apologize to the chat, because while I was just going on my little soapbox real quick just now, I wasn't paying attention to the chat, because I don't pay attention to the chat when I'm trying to get certain points across, because people will throw you off, and y'all see it all the time on other people's channels. I don't try to allow that to happen. So again, the reason why I'm even live right now is I want to know you all's takeaways from Asar's presentation and everything I just said. Matter of fact, it was because Imhotep's comment that's on the screen right here sparked it off. So y'all blame Imhotep. y'all put the blame on Imhotep. I'm up here going way off on a. Well, it really wasn't a tangent though. It's something that I feel that you all need to know. And like I said, all these different conversations, and I can just go off the top of my head and name different subject matters. The whole subject matter about Nubia, the whole subject matter about Coptic not being an Egyptian language. Do you all understand that there are people in Facebook groups that I mentioned that try to tell us that we say that Coptic is not an Egyptian language, and then try to argue us down and swear up and down that that's what we say that's what we believe, and then try to argue that Coptic is an Egyptian language. I'm like, dude, don't waste your time. Nobody ever said that. And then when you take screenshots and copy and paste where what we actually say, they still go on and on and on and on and on. See, you all need to see this. This is why you hear Asar say, so-and-so have comprehension problems. So-and-so don't read. And it's because of this, and you all need to see it. So you know what? Whether you all commented that you want to see it or not, I'm going to find some time on my spare time. I'm going to create PDFs of these conversations and try to make it where you can follow it. Because you know how Facebook does with the conversations. It's hard to follow because you got nested comments now. But I'm going to PDF these things, and I'm going to provide them for anybody who wants them. You all need to see these things. All right. So anyway, enough of that. So back to Asar's presentation. And I apologize for not paying attention. So I'm gonna go backwards, right? Sheffrin says Unc said he ain't read the book. Smash said he ain't read it. Okay. But Sheffrin, I don't know if you read it though. Oh, he said, okay, so Sheffrin, you said I'm definitely wrong. Yeah, I'm saying now, you know, I don't have any indication that you read the book though. I mean, when I say read the book, I don't mean, you know, open the cover and then flip and then say, okay, or read a paragraph or two. I'm talking about read the book, because the book is written in a way where you have to read and follow the flow, follow logic flow. The input from the three of us are arranged in a certain order and everything. Because I'm telling you, your questions, it doesn't indicate that you read the book. All right, so let me scroll back up. I'm gonna scroll up as far as I can, and I'm gonna catch you all's comments. All right, so remember, I'm live because I want to know you all's takeaway from Asar's presentation. What was some highlights? Did you learn something? What'd you take away from it? What do you disagree with? And everything. All right, so let me keep on going. So I'm gonna try to rapid fire these, all right? Because I didn't plan to stay on long, okay? But so I'm gonna try to rapid fire these points. I thought the naysayers was gonna come in and ask their questions. Okay. Well, Neb was on Asar's channel, trolling on the channel, saying something that was obvious. You know, this is what gets me. And see, here's the thing. Here's what really gets me is that other people don't say anything. And if we say something, we're hating. And that gets me. That gets me. And at the point, you just gotta be like, all right, well, think what you want to think. Okay, so Eniharet, Diop is a master. He doesn't have to show his work. Oh, that's what you got. Yeah. Well, no. Well, you know, I know you saying this kind of sarcastically, Sean, but let's make it clear in a serious way. Diop was a scientist. Okay, he is definitely a revered and one of our greatest, especially in recent era of time, a scientist. He did multi things. He was like, spread out. So he had a scientific approach to things, and it's because of his scientific nature. As a matter of fact, let me share something. Give me a second. Let me see if I have it. Hopefully, I have it readily available. Okay, no, it wouldn't be here. Give me a second. I want to share. Now, this is something that Asar shared originally, and he shared it today, and I've shared it before from Asar's original sharing of this, but I'm going to share this right now so you all will know what I'm talking about. Let me get it on the screen if I can do so quickly here. How fast can I get this done? Okay, I want you all to see this. And I'm going to make it big for a second. Okay. Now, this is a quotation from Cheikh Anta Diop himself. All right. Now, in the quotation above, and I know y'all can't see my cursor, but in the paragraph on top, and you see the bullet point on the bottom. So I'm gonna read the bullet point on the bottom first because I want you to know what he's responding to. So this is Diop's answer in response to the question of, and quote, what sort of preparations should young scholars make to undertake future studies in the field of Africology or African studies? Diop's answer is in the paragraph above. He says, I would like to see above all a great number of researchers, Afro-Americans, young Americans, and even whites. Why not? Because it's the young who are the least prejudiced. So everybody, let's pause right here for a second. What is Diop saying? Diop is saying that in this space, the younger generations are not tainted or prejudiced by what was taking place among scholars of the older generations. Just that simple. To continue, as a consequence, they are the most capable. Who's they? He's talking about the younger folks, the young scholars. That's the they. They are most capable of making triumph ideas and frighten the older generation. I don't need to explain that. To continue, also, I think that it will be necessary to put together polyvalent scientific teams capable of doing in-depth studies for sure, and that's what's important. What did he say was important? Teams, scientific teams, capable of doing what? In-depth studies. That's what he said is important. Now in red, Diop says, it bothers me when someone takes me on my word without developing a means to verify what I say. What is he saying right there? He's saying, don't believe me. Don't take my word for it. Verify what I say. So, and I'm going to pause right there because you have people in the circus community that will look at those of us who take Diop's advice and suggestion and recommendation. We take his advice and we do what he says. We're following orders. If he was an army general, we're like, copy that. He gave an order and we're like, copy that, roger that. Roger, roger. And people are getting mad at us for following Diop's instructions. And they do it slick. They say, why are you attacking? And they use the word attacking. Why are you attacking our esteemed ancestor, Jo? Why are you attacking Diop? And see, about 3 years ago, see, y'all don't even know this. And matter of fact, listen, I am definitely gonna dig this stuff up for y'all. Watch. I'm gonna do it. But y'all don't even know this. There was a panel of elders. It included Daka Kilimanjaro. It included Mfundishi. It included Mkul Mze I forgot their the group organization that they formed. You got them. Who else? And then the elder. Man, I forget the elder's name. Somebody's gonna have to make me honest. I forgot the elder's name, but it was another elder. And so they had so much to say originally about us examining Diop's work, where they had negative things to say about what we were doing. So we did the mature thing, the adult thing, and we called a meeting with these elders, and everybody showed up except for Mfundishi and except for Daka Kilimanjaro. And the elders that did show up, they apologized publicly on the video. This was public, y'all. So I'm gonna dig it up. I forget where it was public at though. I'm gonna find it. But they apologized publicly, and they understood once they heard what we said, and once we showed them this. They apologized. But the ones who weren't there, to our elder Dr. Daka Kilimanjaro, he gave some words. He wasn't there, but he gave some words, by way of a message or messages and everything. But the elder Mfundishi, not only did he not apologize, but he doubled down. Okay, and I'm giving you all this story because one, you all are not privy to it. Most of y'all, some of you may be, and then two, this is how things go in the circus community. We got too many people personality worshiping, getting caught in their feelings, don't know how to do scholarship, and take things personal, and don't know how this stuff works. The elder whose name I forgot was Elder Olatunji, and the group's name was Raising Awareness Group. Mkul Mze, and our good brother Mentu, I think is Kufu. That's his name, Kufu. Yep. So they showed up, and we had a good time. So I don't want to paint a negative picture about those who showed up, we had a good time. We laughed and everything. This is all recorded. We had a good time, good understanding, everything like that. So it ended up being good, and that's how you do things. You meet with the elders, and you have a discussion. You have a mature discussion, and you work it out, and it was worked out, with the exception of our elder Mfundishi, which is cool. I mean, it's no love lost or anything like that, and I don't want y'all to think I'm saying this as if there is any love lost, even with our elder Mfundishi. As well. I'm just telling y'all the facts on the ground, that he wasn't there, and he actually doubled down on his sentiment on us dealing with Diop. But anyway, so let me finish reading this. Oh, where'd it go? I just lost it. I lost my cursor. Where are we at? Okay, so to finish reading, Diop continues to say, we must form a scientific spirit capable of seeing even the weaknesses of our own proofs. What does that mean to y'all? One, he mentions scientific spirit, which means a scientific mindset. We have to move forward trying to falsify things. We can't make assumptions. We have to work those assumptions out. You begin with an assumption, but you don't finish with one. And we have to see the weaknesses of our own work, our own proofs, of seeing the unfinished side of our work and committing ourselves to completing it. And Diop made a lot of ground forming or preliminary things to lay that foundation for us to build on. Diop was very good and great at what he was doing. He laid the foundation for a lot of research to be built on top of. And he says, you understand? Therefore, we should then have a work which could honestly stand criticism, because what we've done would have been placed on a scientific plane. He didn't say on no other plane but a scientific plane. And he definitely didn't mean an airplane, y'all. But on a scientific stage, we could be confident. We could put our work out there and let people try to bang on it. So y'all get that? That's what we're doing. That's what we've done. And so these are one of the things. And so as I'm watching Asar present today, I saw somebody's comment in the chat. Brother, why are you attacking the ancestor? I'm like, what? And Asar showed this today. Asar showed this this today. Anyway, let me just get back into the chat. Y'all, I'm trying to because I want you all to tell me what you all got from the from it. So let me go down. Okay, so Fritz answered my question. England is preferred. All right, England. What'd you call it? Yeah? Oh, Fritz. I'm going to say this. And I know it sounds weird me saying this. But listen, Top Boy, the show Top Boy, off the chain. Off the chain. Top Boy is off the chain. For those who don't know, that's a TV series that takes place in England. Anyway, I'm going down the list, y'all. I'm going down the list. I'm trying to just address these things. Matter of fact, let me move the chat. Nah, I'm cool. So I did say that since 74, same thing. Okay, y'all having a conversation. He said pull up chapter 3. Let's review together. The assignment is to find Diop's work. Oh, okay. So talking about Diop's work. Yeah. So again, y'all, I want to know what you all felt about Asar's presentation today. Okay. Teddy saying, let's see it. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. He said, call the police. Call the police on me. Oh, we got Asar in the building. I'm behind on the chat, so everybody. So forgive me, y'all. I'm behind. I'm trying to go through these rapidly so I can catch up to the bottom. Crank the channel up. Let's keep going. Emicat, among other reasons, if that was the case, we would not have things like border stele with decrees written in Sesh, Medew, Netcher warning people, foreigners about. Okay, just having a conversation. I'm going down the list. Sean is saying they still don't know what a toponym is. Yeah, I tend to agree with that. Fitz says, a toponym show the depth of your understanding and research of a language. The layperson wouldn't know what a toponym. Yeah, some people get confused about that word toponym, or they're not familiar with it, I should say, and then they have to look it up. So we said place name. That's what the word toponym comes from topos onym. Topos is the Greek word that means place, and onym is a title or name, and so it's a name of a place. It's just that simple. Toponyms, and this is the thing that everybody needs to understand. Toponyms never refer to people. They always refer to places. Y'all should repeat that after me. Toponyms never refer to people. They always refer to places. That statement and fact alone kills the entire argument. But this is the issue, y'all. People don't know that statement kills the argument. So what we have to do is we have to explain it so people could be up to speed to know that when I make that statement, the argument is dead. The debate is over. Kemet could never mean black people. The place name Kemet could never mean black people because it's the name of a place. It's a toponym. So it can never mean the land of black people either. Done. The debate is over. There is no debate. Debate is over before it started. That's it. There's no need to debate. But because people don't understand that, we have to explain the periphery stuff. A toponym never refers to people. It always refers to places. All right. So anyway, so I break down. So in the book, I break down all of the different onomastics, which is naming of things. I talk about hydronyms, ethnonyms, exonymic ethnonyms, endonymic ethnonyms, toponyms, the different types of those, demonyms, and what those are and how they're represented in the language. I go through all that. That's why I say the questions that I see, I can tell people haven't read the book. I can tell when somebody hasn't read the book. All right, I'm trying to quickly go down. And I see I done scrolled back too far, so let me skip some. Brother Chavis, boys is intimidated by a 91-page book. Yeah, the book is less than 100 pages. Keep on going down. Teddy says, how many have you all done on this topic? Teddy, I'm assuming you mean how many conversations or whatnot that we done on this topic. Well, a lot, because it's a specific topic, but then it spawns, siblings. It spawns other peripheral type of topics and conversations. So it's a lot. And a lot of people are preoccupied with blackness and trying to make the Egyptians black in the sense that we call ourselves black today, to make the equation of African Americans being Egyptians and all of that stuff is mixed all up into this. All of those conversations are blended together. Just put, it's like a smoothie. Just put all this stuff in the blender and just turn it on. That's what's going on. Let's see. I'm gonna keep on going down. How many videos have you all done on a place named Kemet? Now listen, go in our archives. I showed this last night, I believe. I'll do it again. I'm gonna do it again. Let me do it again. I'll do it real quick. It's a quick thing. Quick thing. quickly. I'm gonna quickly do this. Y'all. I promise you. So Teddy, this is for you. I'm gonna show you on our channel. I'm gonna show you on our channel where you can go. I'm gonna show this to you in real time live. Where they are. Now I did this last night, but just for you, Teddy, I'm gonna do it right here, right now, real quick. So let me share my screen so y'all can see our archives. But I'm doing it for everybody because I know everybody didn't watch last night. And you know, our channel, see, you know, we don't get the 3-digit figure viewership or 4-digit figure viewership on our channel. And I understand why. You know, we want quality over quantity anyway. And you know, we don't do the attractive thing with the drama and all the goofy stuff and the immaturity and stuff on this channel. Now, if anybody knows me, I like to have fun, but never ever at the expense of growth and education. Never. But anyway, so Teddy, here you go. I gotta take the chat off the screen so you can see this. So let's scroll down. I'm gonna make it big so you can see it. Make it big, make it big, make it big. All right, here we go. So obviously we're live now. That's the first video you see now. Last night, I think I showed this as well. But let me scroll on down. So we're gonna go backwards in time. Scrolling down means backwards in time. Let's go back in time. And I probably skipped some already. Cause you asked how many. Let me just go back to the first ones we did in terms of the specific topic. So let's keep going down. Oh, by the way, a topic has come up recently about appealing to authority, right? But I want y'all to see this. We did a video on appeal to authority versus deferring to authority 2 years ago. We did this video 2 years ago. All right. So we uploaded this 2 years ago. But if I look at the video, yeah, it says 2020. All right, so now I'm just saying this because people are sleeping on our archives and people act green and brand new and talk to us as if they're saying something new. Y'all see that rhyme? I told y'all I'm gonna get a deal. I'm gonna get a record deal and become a rapper. I keep telling y'all that. But let me keep going down. Keep on going down. I'm going slow. Okay, here we go. 2 years ago, a reason why the meaning of the place name Kemet is an issue. Simplified. So we did a video simplifying the issue. Then I had several videos with our good brother Asar Ka, not Asar Imhotep, but Asar Ka, also known as Adrian Jones on Facebook. And you know, everybody should be familiar with that brother. But he came on the panel, and I had a one-on-one conversation with him on this video about the topic. But we had a couple of issues dealing with the topic with him. So it's like 3 videos right there. All right. Here's 2 years ago, a live Q&A session with the Simshu Heru research team. That's me, Asar, and Sanjeti. We did a 3.5 hour video of a Q&A session for the book 2 years ago. All right. 2 years ago, a review of Diop's, this is part 2, by the way, of Diop's chapter or section in his book called The Egyptians as They Saw Themselves, where we went into the same topic as well. 2 years ago. This is part 1. Part 1 right here and part 2 over here. But look at this. 3 years ago. You see that? It says 3 years ago. Kemet as a toponym. A contribution to the debate on the meaning of the place name Kemet. 3 years ago. But look, not finished there. Right down here, Kemet as a toponym, a brief lesson in toponymy. I gave a class, it's an 1.5-hour class on toponymy 3 years ago. So I hope y'all understand why we keep saying people don't read or they don't pay attention or comprehend. Now, I can understand people who don't know about the videos and never got the book or don't know about the book and stuff. That's perfectly understood. But you have people who are entrenched in the fighting trench trying to debate about something that they know little to nothing about. They haven't even examined what we've been saying. All they're going by is all the drama and the hype and the straw man stuff people are saying. Like, people have come to me as recent as 2 days ago, and they think that I'm saying that Kim doesn't mean black, that there's no word Kim in the language that means black. That's one, which is crazy. Then you got people coming to me and saying as if the Egyptians didn't have eyes and couldn't recognize the color spectrum. I'm like, what? Let me imitate the brother Sheffrin. What? You mean to tell me y'all are crazy? that's Sheffrin. Y'all are crazy. I'm done. That's how Sheffrin would say it. But seriously, people are asking me that. I'm like, man, are you paying attention? Okay, but anyway, so that's that. So Teddy, hopefully that answered your question. So 3 years ago, and I probably skipped some videos now. I'm sure there was more videos. I skipped some. Here's an important video. And Sheffrin, if you're still in the chat right now, this is a video, these two videos, grammatical gender and portmanteau morphs. These two videos right here, they're not very long. The portmanteau video is only 39 minutes long. The grammatical gender is only 44 minutes long. This will hopefully clarify a little bit for you about the realization of morphemes in the ancient Egyptian language, because you asked about the T. This. I cover that 3 years ago. I covered it all the time in my classes, but as a public video, I cover it 3 years ago. Also, the feminine plural graphic transition. This is what I was telling y'all about when the brother Netcher kept begging me to debate him on the representation of the feminine plural being TW. So I gave a whole lesson of how and why that is emphatically wrong in this video, breaking it down. Anyway, all right, so let's get back. All right, so Teddy, that's to answer your question. Let me get back to what I was showing. So let me keep on going down. So where was I at? So Teddy, that was your question. And I swear I'm trying to get down real fast. So we got, you got an abstract of your book for Sheffrin to read. Oh, y'all got jokes. Let's see, Teddy again. I was watching all them videos because I was a newbie to all of this. I even bought the book when it came out. Okay, so Teddy, I'm glad you said that, because you sparked something that I want y'all to understand and hear me when I say this. When you do scholarship, the reason why it's best to put it in writing, and you'll hear me say put pen to pad or fingers to keyboard, I will always advocate that. Not that it's the only way to do scholarly things, but it is the best way. It's not the only way, but it's the best way. And here's why. Some basic reason why. Because when you put it in writing, it consolidates your thoughts and your arguments in one place. It allows you a platform to fully articulate yourself. That's number one. It allows the consolidation of all of the information in one place. Two, it provides a medium where you can articulate your full arguments. And I don't even have to go any further. It's for those two reasons and reasons that I have not mentioned why putting things in writing or typing it out is the best move to make. Because Teddy, you reminded me of that, because what happens is you got Chief X channel. You got Jonathan Owens, Smash Rockwell's channel. You got Pseudo Killer's channel. You got Garfield's channel. You got the Sesh channel. You have Facebook for all of these things as well. And these topics are being talked about on all these different channels, and it can get confusing very quickly because you have to know the chronological order, when to watch the videos, who to watch first before you watch the other one, and so on and so forth. And then not the same people show up on the same on the other channel that they did on this channel and stuff and whatnot. It's madness. That's not how scholarship is done. That's why you hear me say reality TV scholarship. It's really pseudo scholarship. It's being portrayed as scholarship, but that's not real scholarship. All right. So, and there's nothing wrong with YouTube, but you have to understand the consequence of doing it that way is not effective. And I understand andragogy and pedagogy, the science of teaching young folks and adults. And there's certain ways you have to do it to have the best and most effective outcome. That's the point. A lot of people want to be teachers, but they're not. Just because you can regurgitate something don't mean you're a teacher or know the science of it. Why ninjas always gotta attack somebody's intelligence if they don't understand something? It make people watching not even want to ask questions. Yeah, that happens too. And for that reason is why I'm saying the things I'm saying, because I don't want people to think that is a position of mine, speaking for myself, because I welcome questions and I bend over backwards to help people. But on these YouTube streets, you got to keep it funky now. On these YouTube streets, people play games. It's madness. People are immature. People will try to have the aha gotcha moments. People will try to hide their hand and do this and do that. Things are not done the correct way. People will troll. People will spam. People will cut you off. People will curse you out. All that immaturity, all that drama stuff happens too. So we can't be naive to that stuff either. So at the same time, we can ask why ninjas always got to attack somebody's intelligence. We just ask the same question. Why ninjas always got to act ignorant and act retarded and immature and exhibit bad character and all that stuff. All right. So all of that. But what's most important is we got to read. People need to read more. People need to pay attention and understand things and stop trying to fight. This whole thing has been set up as an adversarial arena. And y'all know that what I'm saying is nothing but facts. The analogy of the circus community is to a boxing ring. You got certain people that are named the Floyd Mayweather of the community. You got even terms, get in the ring with so-and-so. You're in the big leagues. All of these analogies are being made to fighting scenarios, adversarial, competition. And those of you like me, if you're a boxing fan, well, I used to be, all up into the boxing, you know that even in the sport of boxing, the opponents could start off as friends, but leading up to the actual fight and during the fight, things could get real ugly real fast. It usually happens all the time. Very often. You see that the way in, they talking trash in each other's face, and the next thing you know, boom, somebody smacking somebody or somebody punching somebody without the gloves before the fight. That's not the environment. That's not the environment. I'm trying to get down here real quick. Let's see, anybody else? Fitz, they say one of my favorite shows. Okay, top boy. Yep. Personality worship and all. Yep. Don't know where the question is. You woo guard dog, I see. Nope, I don't even need a guard dog, boy. You understand? Why was Osiris depicted as green or black, and what those colors represent when used as skin tones? All right, although I can appreciate this question, let me remind everybody, because I'm going to answer this question, but I want to remind everybody that while I'm here, and I got, I need to really speed this up. But I really want to know you all's thoughts about Asar's presentation. And I haven't really seen many comments to that yet. Did y'all even see it? Listen, if you haven't seen it, go to Asar Imhotep's channel and watch it. Okay, watch his channel. Now, to answer your question, I love soil, do you? Why was Usir depicted as green or black, and what's those colors represent when used as skin tones? Okay, the color black, when used in the Egyptian art, the color black represents a few things. One of those few things is deification. It's when something or someone is being deified. And that's a whole process and a conversation that I'm not prepared to have at this moment, because I can't be on live at this long tonight. But I'm going to write that down because that's a good topic to discuss. What is deification? So put a pin in that one. But black represents deification. And to give you a point of reference, when I say that, think about Ahmose Nefertari. Okay, Queen Ahmose Nefertari. She was deified and she was painted black when she's represented in other people's tombs outside of her own. When she's represented not in that capacity, her skin is painted yellow. The standard canonized yellow paint that they use for Egyptian women. All right, so think about her when you think about deification. Another reason black is used is for virility, fertility. Okay. Also, black represents the underworld. So Usir or Osiris is the duat. All right. And as the duat, it is the place or the underworld, and is represented as the color black as well. All right. So keep all that in mind. And then Usir is also the deity or the patron deity of agriculture. So you see him painted as green and black in that regards as well, representing fertility, fecundity, potency, being able to produce something that can produce something. Both green and black are colors for that. All right. So hopefully that satisfies your question in the amount of time I have to answer that. All right. It has nothing to do with a literal skin depiction, because Usir is not a real person. These various different Netcheru are not sentient human beings. They were not walking, talking, arguing, chilling, drinking, eating human beings. All right. So that could get knocked out the park immediately. All right, so let's keep going down. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Venice. Oh, Venice. I respect Wu. At least he will answer questions. I do my best. If I have the answer, I'm gonna answer it. But now here's the thing. What I don't do is I don't like to microwave something. So somebody could ask me a question, and I know that the answer will take some time to answer it. Then I will usually let them know that, hey, either you got time or I got time. We could rock out, or let's table it for another time. Because sometimes some of these questions people ask me, they're not microwavable. They're not microwavable. Like for instance, somebody say, well, what does the T in the word Kemet mean? I'm like, man, do you understand? That's a lesson. Because I got to tell you what portmanteau morphemes are. I got to tell you what a morpheme is. What's the difference between a morpheme and a morph? I got to tell you that first. Then I got to tell you what portmanteau morphs are. Then I got to tell you grammatical gender and how the bread loaf or the T marks gender, and how gender itself forms a system of concordance with other words in the syntactic units of the language, blah, blah, blah. I have to break all that stuff down. And when I do that, for people who know nothing but microwave stuff, they think that I'm not answering the question. Or, Dagwood, Joe, why you gotta say all that just to answer the question? You mean to tell me you gotta go through all that just to answer the question? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, if you don't want it, then don't ask. Then I'm the wrong person. Don't ask me then. Go ask somebody, at the corner. Go in the corner and ask somebody. And go to the grocery store, go to the microwave section or something. Next one. And call me slow for asking a question, or say my comprehension is low. Well, I don't think anybody should call anybody slow for asking a question. And I don't think anybody should say comprehension is low. But we have to understand that there are people and there are instances, and we can't pretend it's not. We have to understand there are instances where a person's comprehension is actually low. And there are instances where people are slow. So, we can't pretend these things don't exist just because it may not sound nice. Okay? Now my profession is not a teacher. I'm not in schools teaching. So I'm not a school teacher or principal or in the education field professionally. But I've been teaching for a long time in different capacities. And I've been around professional teachers and professors. And they will tell you in a heartbeat that lack of comprehension is real. It's real. Teachers complain about that all the time. Ask them. If you know something, ask them. But but now, there's a way to say it, and there's a way, like I said, I don't think people should get all nasty with it and whatnot. But like I said, on the flip side, you got people in this circus community. You got people who do that, who do things that will cause you to just say outright, listen, you are slow. You're not comprehending. You got people who don't read books but got so much to say about the book. Like, for instance, I'm going to give you a recent, for instance, real quick. Amidst all this talk about the peer review and journal and stuff like that, and pulling up websites to have this plagiarism database and stuff like that, it's crazy to me that how microwave that is to try to prove a point that's not even a point of any value in terms of the issues and the content of somebody's claims and statements and so on and so forth. But yeah, I'm gonna save all that stuff. You all are gonna see some work coming out in the near future on some of that. Let me keep on going down because I don't have long here. Ramza says, Wujao, tons of mental defective making decisions that affect our lives are spooky. That's true. That is true. It gets scary when people who make decisions that affect your life and you're not confident in their aptitude, in their mental faculties. That's scary. That is real scary. That's real scary. Let's see. Let's keep going down the list. Hope I'm not missing anybody. If I'm missing anybody, I apologize. I'm trying to scroll and get to some things that catch my attention. The topic was Kim and its use with black skin and people, conflating it with the modern meaning of black. Well, okay, I'm not quite sure what you mean. Maybe you can clarify that for me. I love soil. Do you clarify that for me? Because I don't want to assume. But from what I get from it, you're saying the topic was Kim and its use with black skin and people, conflating it with the modern meaning of black. I don't know from which angle you're saying that from. All right, but what I can say, what that brings to my mind is anachronism. And anachronism is abundant in the circus community. In all of these conversations that you've seen lately, people are guilty of anachronisms. Even though they don't explicitly say so, they're doing it because people are trying to say that the ancient Egyptians are black. Now, not everybody's saying that, but I'm saying those who do say it, they're saying they're black when they could never be black. Because when you say the ancient Egyptians are black, your point of reference for blackness and anybody being black is under the modern social construct that we deal with today. The modern social construct of blackness and the social category and rank of black did not exist in antiquity at all. And it actually didn't exist prior to the onset of the slave era. White people did not exist until 1681. There was no white people prior to 1681. Now, when I say that to y'all just now, take a deep breath, because I know your first thoughts is, well, y'all was tripping because, of course, there were white people prior to 1681. There were Europeans before 1681, blah, blah. So listen carefully to what I say. Explain myself. I'm just going to repeat myself, but I want you to hear what I'm saying. There were no white people prior to 1681. Now, what I want you to do is think about what I mean by that, because that's a factual statement. But now you got to know what I mean by white people. And that should start your journey for a future conversation that I am going to have. So let's keep going. And by the way, for a fun question, here's a fun question. A fun question for y'all. If the ancient Egyptians were alive today, let's pick an era. Let's say let's pick what dynasty? Let's pick a dynasty. A bona fide. What's a bona fide dynasty where there's not an intermediate period or anything like that? What's a nice healthy Egyptian, like when Egyptian was on and popping, everything was all good in the hood, the golden era of ancient Egypt. What's a good dynasty? Let's just say during Hatshepsut's time, or Seti the First, or Ramses. Let's just use, popular people that people are familiar with, right? If those Egyptians alive during that time, everybody in Egypt was alive at that time. That was alive at that time. Let's say they were alive right now. They're alive right now. Okay. Here's a fun question. Would they, not us, but would they self-identify as black? Uh-oh. Fun question. That's homework, y'all. Would they self-identify as black if they were alive today? Think about it. Don't microwave it. I'm going to leave that out there. Remember, I asked that now. We're going to revisit it. Remember, I asked that. Who else? What else? All right, I'm trying to go down. Trying to go down. Mika says, woo boxing. No, I'm not boxing. Okay, Mr. Presentation. Yeah, definitely go back. Asar Imhotep's channel. Definitely go check out the presentation. And I must be way behind on the comments, man. So forgive me. I'm gonna try to scroll quickly because I have to get up off here now. So, they would be sitting in the back of the bus if it was the 40s. Wait. Did I catch up to the bottom? Oh, I am. I'm at the bottom. Y'all already. All right. Y'all responded to what I'm saying. Okay. Hold up. Let me back up some. I was going too fast. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. So I love the source clarifying. That wasn't a question. Oh, it wasn't a question. You answered. You and Smash agree it means black. However, the disagree was about skin color. Oh. Okay. Okay. You're clarifying for me. We agree that it means black, but disagree about skin color. Yeah. I guess so. Kim, and from the jump, years ago, not even just this recent surge of the same question, we always say that Kim means black. I mean, even in those specific instances. Like, we had to get specific because there's many words that have the same two consonants, the K and the M. Okay, so that's number one. Hopefully people got that by now. There are many words that are spelled and transliterated as KM. Okay, even ones using the exact same glyphs. All right, because you have homographs there. Now, once you get past all of that good stuff, if the specific word is the color black or the color term black, now you have to go above and beyond. This is what a lot of people don't do. They don't know to do it in the first place. And I'm sure if they knew to do it and they took time, they would be able to do it. But a lot of people don't know to do it in the first place. But let me give you all this example. And I'm only doing this to illustrate my point. Okay? And let me see if I can find it because I had it not too long ago. Where can I find it? Give me 1 second, y'all. I want to find it because I just want to illustrate this point to y'all. I want to illustrate a point, and I want to show you while I'm saying it. And it's only right that I do this. I guess I'm going to have to do it fresh. I could have sworn I had this already set up. I mean, I already did it. Anyway. All right, give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. I want to illustrate this point, and then, this is a good time to kind of wrap things up a bit. I want to illustrate this point, though. Give me a second. I got to find out where I put it. I did this before, and for those who have seen me do it, you can be like, oh, okay, yeah, I've seen you do that before. Well, I seen you show it. Y'all may hopefully you all get the point. And it is in it is in here. All right. Let me just find it. But where is it? All right. Okay. Y'all see this on the screen? Let me move the comment out the way. So look, if for nothing else, I want y'all to get this point, and then I have to go. Now I have a sentence in Spanish. And the translation of it in English. Okay, and I know y'all can't see my cursor. Let me get my trusty arrow here. So I have the Spanish sentence, and then the same Spanish sentence is being translated in English. Okay. So you have cuenta bancaria está en el rojo. Now, what we would do, what a normal routine thing to do would be to take each word, go to a dictionary, and find the meaning of the individual words. That's how people start off most of the time. Now you shouldn't end there, and you can't end there when it comes to translation. See, translation is a full endeavor. It's not something that you're going to just snap, crackle, and pop. And that's what I think people don't appreciate. They don't appreciate what translation really is about. But I just want to make this point though. So we would look up me, and no, that's the Spanish word my. It's the first person possessive pronoun, right? My. Then you have cuenta is the word for account. Bancaria is the word for bank. Está is en, el, the, rojo is red. And so what happens is in English, we would translate this word rojo as red. We know red to be a color term. Its literal denotation is the actual color red that you see the box on the side, right? But now, that's where people stop. People stop and say, see, rojo is red. It means red. That's what they're doing with black. See, Kim means black, or Kim is translated as black. It means black. But no, in this instance that I have on my screen right now, the word red as it is used does not mean the color. Do y'all get that? When someone says my bank account is in the red, they're not talking about the literal color red. They're not describing, like you're not going to pull up their bank account on a computer or go into a bank and see a red account of the color red. The word red, even though it's a color term, it is being detached from its literal meaning and given a figurative association now. And red is now being associated with debt. My account is in the negative. My account is in debt. It is in the red. Or I can do another example. Somebody who is fresh and brand new. You say, hey, so-and-so is green. You're not using the color term green in its literal sense. You're divorcing it from its literal sense, and now you're using it in a figurative association. Now the word green means new. It means fresh. It means naive. It means ignorance of something. A lack of knowledge. That's what green means in that sentence. If I say, hey, Imhotep is green. when it comes to, you know, fishing. Let's go fishing. Oh, see if every camera go, nah, she needs to stay at home. She's too green to come fishing with us. Am I saying she looks green? No, I'm using the color. Although I'm using the color term, it does not mean the color green. And that's the difference between meaning and word association and word swapping. This is something that people got to understand. This is a linguistic question, an issue. And until people have these preliminary understandings and competency on these basic things, people are not and should not be chiming in on the conversation. So, back to the black. Kim, it's acceptable to translate it as black. But like my example here, is it trying to keep a literal association? And the answer is no, it's not. And people don't even understand that color terminology, white, black, red, yellow, blue, green, etc., color terminologies are used worldwide in many cultures, not as colors literally all the time, but as terminology to create categories. For instance, if I would use the color blue as a category label for all things liquefied. So everything that is a liquid, I would put in the category of blue and call it blue, even though it may not be the literal color blue. I will put gasoline that you put in a car. That's in the category of blue. Water, blue. Shampoo, blue. Anything that's a liquid, I will put in a category of liquids, but I would label it blue. So colors become categorical or taxonomic labels for taxa. That's how societies create categories, ontological categories and taxonomic levels and categories. That's what they do. This is one of the earliest forms of categorization. And people are going to have to understand that. And so I hope you all get that point right there alone. So although rojo is acceptable to be translated as red, and people call that a translation, but to actually do the semantic work and the pragmatic work on the meaning, the intended meaning, you can't say it's red. This is why I encourage people to study semantics. Get a book on semantics. Get a book on pragmatics. Those are two subfields of linguistics. Get those books. They don't cost that much. They're on Amazon. Get any basic level book on semantics, book on pragmatics. And you'll understand what I'm saying. You'll see where I'm coming from. And it gets frustrating to me to keep arguing year after year to people who don't take that time to do that. And then I got to show examples like this, simple examples like this. Simple examples like this. Okay, so I hope y'all understand. And just real quick, because I have this picture right next to the one I showed you. This is Ahmos Nefertari for a person who asked that question before. This is black because she's deified. This is her on the left here in her non-deified representation. She's yellow. Okay, her name Ahmos Nefertari or Neferet Iri is in the Shinu or cartouche right next to her. That's her. That's the same person. So either she had a hell of a tan on the beaches, on the Nile beaches, or it doesn't. It's not trying to represent her skin color, literally. That's only a modern thing. That's a modern thing where we focus so much on people's skin color. All right, and we actually use that for social categories, and it's actually used against us. But that's a whole nother conversation. Here's Mentuhotep. You got a reddish brown in his non-deified state, and then he's in a Osirian pose with his hands crossed. In his deified state, he's painted black. All right. Here is a king suckling on the udders of a cow, het heru, in the formation of a cow, and he is painted black. But if you look at this king elsewhere, he's not black. He's not painted black, because that's not the message being that intended. But people will look at this picture and say, "Yeah, see, the Egyptians are black. Hallelujah. I knew it. Now I can feel good." But that's not it. That's not it. All right. So anyway, I just wanted to show that. So I have to get going. Anything else? So hopefully you all got that point right there about the red. Did I miss anything? Any last minute? Spanish to Jamaican. Oh yeah, I wanted to show this too though. If I have it handy. If I don't have it handy, you'll have to wait till another time. But let me just show something if I have it handy. Hopefully I do. If I do, then that's great. If I don't, that'll be a little too bad. Nope, and I do not. All right, I thought I could show you all something. Nope. All right. Yeah. So hopefully y'all enjoy it. Now I didn't get too many Oh, and let me see if make sure that okay, green in Miami. What did it say? Green in Miami slang means you're untrustworthy or a snake. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. See? But now check that out. So but it doesn't mean the person is literally color green, right? So yeah, so hopefully you get it. You get it. On the question of lookership, right? This is for Indonesia, 5,000. On the question of lookership, that's one of the problems that lookership is where you start, you don't finish with lookership. And a mistake that a lot of people make is that they divorce the vignettes from the text around it. People will look at the pretty pictures and figures, but they don't read the text associated with it, or vice versa. I've seen people deal with the text but don't even pay attention to the vignettes or the scenery and the figures and stuff like that, you know? And on your question about lookership, the answer is no. And I'm going to show you why real quick. So no, I don't think Jonathan Smash is using lookership to because you asked, hold up, I posted the wrong question. You said, so Smash was doing lookership. My answer would be no, that he's not doing lookership, but I'm gonna tell you why. Well, I could show you better than I could tell you. So let me show you why. Let me show you why. Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna show you why he's not doing lookership. You gotta give me a second here. I'm gonna find it. Gonna find it. Hopefully I can be quick. And I guess I can't be quick. All right, well, I'll just show one. I'll show a couple of them then. Trying to be quick. See me trying to be quick now it's take me actually longer to be quick than if I would just went from what I originally had. All right, I'll show this here. One quick second. And I don't like that awkward silence. Y'all know I gotta talk while I'm doing this. Talk. All right, here we go. So what I'm showing on the screen is now this is why I say that Smash is not doing lookership. I wouldn't accuse him of doing lookership, because to do lookership would be to see these figures on the screen painted black and then say they must be black because they're painted black. Okay, and as you can see, this is from the tomb of Neokpepi Kim, and this is one of the individuals in question about being black or not. This individual has Kim in his name or title, and they're using that word Kim to say he is black. And scholars translate his name or represent his name as Neokpepi the Black. Now, people like to add man to it and say the black man. But when you look at the person as depicted in his own tomb and everybody else in the tomb, none of them are painted black. So that's why I say it can't be lookership, because you're not looking at black paint right there for the that's used for the skin, the exposed skin. You're not looking at painted black. And you know what's interesting, y'all? You all may not can y'all see something just happened to my screen? You all may not know this, right? You may. But I don't know if anybody explained this to you. But in these particular tombs, there are scenes where individuals are making statues of the deceased person. So they're making a representation of the person in the tomb. Like, in other words, matter of fact, I could show y'all better than I could tell you, but you gotta give me a second. I wanna show y'all this. I don't want to just say it. I want to show you. I want to show you. Let me show you. Yep, let me show you. Hopefully I can get all of these pulled up. And it may take a minute for them to all pull up. Okay. I want to show you. So let me find it. I'm going to show you pictures in the tomb where you have people that are actually creating statues. There's scenes in the tomb where statues are actually being created. And I'm trying to quickly see if I can find one that's clear enough that you all can see and get my point. There are a lot of different scenes of things going on. But I want y'all to see a couple of scenes in particular of what I'm talking about. And let me see if I can find one. Cause I'm gonna make a point with it. I know y'all can't see it yet, so don't think I'm crazy. I have so many pictures and so many files. Y'all understand, I have 200 gigabytes of nothing but source material, references of things. And I am trying to find a picture in particular, and it may take me too long, and I don't have the time. So what I'll do is I'll find it, and I will show it at another time. Man, it is not in here. Okay. Can't see it fast enough. Can't find it fast enough. But anyway, all right. Let me share this one. I can show it. This is kind of sort of what I want to show, or what I'm talking about. So let me do this. Kind of sort of. Okay, y'all see that? Nope, you sure don't. There we go. All right, here's a picture of the actual tomb, right? This is a photograph of an actual primary. And we have a video explaining the difference between primary sources, secondary sources, and tertiary sources. A lot of people in the circus community misuse and abuse the word primary source. I'm gonna tell you that straight out. Okay. This is an image, a photo taken of primary source. All right. Which is a actual tomb. But anyway, this is a tomb. Now I want you to notice that the figures here, none of them are painted black. They're not black. So again, nobody can accuse someone of lookership for any of this, because to be lookership, they would have to be painted black, and then say because they're painted black, then they are black, or whatever the case is. That would be lookership. So no, I wouldn't accuse anybody of doing lookership. All right, to answer your question. But what's interesting is that statues are being made of certain people, and you know what a statue is? A statue is a replication of a person. And so, if the intention was to distinguish this person as a black person, having dark enough skin to be isolated and distinguished as a black man, then you would think that when they make a statue of that individual and whatnot, that distinction would be represented visually as well, if that was the intent, if that was actually what they were trying to say and trying to do. But they did not. They do not, and they did not. But when they intended to represent their southern neighbors called the Nahisiu with dark skin, they made sure they represented them with black paint or very, very dark paint, pigment. They made sure of that. Everybody familiar with quote unquote Nubians? They're called the Nahisiu, but people like to use the word Nubians in case you don't know what I'm talking about. When the Egyptians want to depict the Nubians, they made sure they made that distinction. And when they want to alternate layers of people, they would show some of them lighter. They alternate a lighter dark pigment to a more darker dark pigment. Anyway, so I just wanted to show you all that real quick. But anyway, that's my time, y'all. And go back and watch Asar's video. I didn't see too many questions or comments about his videos, which kind of tells me that people did not watch it, or you didn't have time to digest it and whatnot. So go back to it, because I really wanted to have a conversation about that and Diop and everything and just what goes on. But look out for the PDFs I said I will provide. I'm gonna provide these older conversations to y'all, because you all need to understand where we're coming from when it comes to these conversations. So I want y'all to really get that. I don't want people to misconstrue any of that kind of stuff. But I gotta definitely go. It's 9:00 or after 9. Hopefully everybody's chilling. I think it's some sports on. Hopefully everybody ate good already. Or if you're about to eat, it's kind of late to be eating. That's my health advice, that it's kind of late. Shouldn't be eating so late. maybe snack on some watery food. But enjoy yourself, and I'll see y'all next time. Make sure y'all give some suggestions on some videos on some snackables, because all we want to do is teach. We want to fill in the gaps. If you want to know something about ancient Egyptian culture, language, etc., let me know. Let us know. Let me know what you want us to talk about or cover. All right. And with that, I'm gonna say Shem Imhotep.